Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Stormybman, and I am back, welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Saturday, January 21st, 2023. And we are here with the post-fight show for Eubank Jr. versus Smith. Took place in England. Fight card just wrapped up a moment ago. And what a surprising ending, man. It's like, you know what? This is hilarious. The theater of the unexpected, as boxing has often been referred, has shown its head again. Amazing. And it's good, because this gives us something different to talk about. It gives us something different to use as a tool. Last night, I did a post-fight show, and I talked about these two guys for the whole show pretty much. And I'm glad I did, because it gave us something different. And even in their performance today, it gave us something different. Eubank Jr. really needs to reconsider his position in the sport. He has a very lofty thought process regarding himself, but it's obvious that his talent isn't up there. Salute to CB3 out there who's decided to become a member of the channel. We appreciate you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. It's not up there where Eubank had put it, but it's still great to see young men try to posture themselves, but you have to do the hard part, and that's in the ring. Putting the work in the ring is the hard part. And it's obvious that he has survived and thrived in the sport for a duration due to not taking on the challenges that would see him tested in ways of like he got tested tonight. Now, I've never known Liam to be a great puncher, but he's a strong fighter. What he did to Eubank this evening, you kind of wonder now, wow, Conor Ben, hey man, what could have happened there? Now you kind of understand why Ben and the promotional side, Hearn, really wanted that fight to go through. Really wanted it to go through. So let's talk about it. You know, we're here. We got the chat ready. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can pull up another one of my graphics here. Let's see who's in the building with us this evening. Boy, great call, by the way, KQKC, who's getting back into the mix after being under the weather. And salute to the brother for doing what he does, and also asking people to come and check me out over here. We work as a tangent here. In the building, we got Brown on Boxing out there. There might have been a couple of comments before that, but that's as high up as I can go. Okay, Drew Titan in the building. Drew says, beefy, beefy, beefy. Yes, sir. Jermaine Bean in the building saying, I didn't see this coming. Houston in here. Todd Swindle in the building. Big homie Coop, my juice is out there saying peace and blessings. Seafood, back smack the like button, people. Class is in session, so pay attention, and salute to all the family in the chat. Right, Isaiah Phoenix is in the building saying salute Stormy B man. Stephen L. the Mac is right there. Evening everybody. William Old School saying Stormy B man, salute my brother, and y'all smash the like button, people, when entering the building. Peace. Yes, sir. Who else we got? James is out there saying that Stormy, salute to you. Shade Girl in the building. It's been a minute. What's going on, Shade Girl? How you doing? She says salute everyone. Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels, back with us saying salute to the family. Yes, sir. Opulent LD out there saying blessings, OG. Stormy B man. Yes. Who else we got? Soul Power says Beefy versus the Rainbow. Yeah. Yes, sir. Wookie Wook back with us saying, oh, man, let's talk. Salute, Stormy, my brother. Yes, sir. Nitty G is out there saying salute, family. What else we got going on here? Let's see. CB3 is saying salute. Jason is out there saying salute, salute. Sid UK says Chris Eubank was an idiot. You can't copy Roy Jones' style. It's unique, and Chris isn't athletic or explosive enough to copy it properly. He started slow with little power on his jab. Theseus GQ is out there saying, Ayo, salute. Yep. And B Mac has been in the building saying salute, Stormy B man. Hey man, I've talked about Roy Jones. I have, being his coach and trainer, and being a coach and trainer in general. You cannot try to train people to fight like you fought, brother, because you had athletic gifts and godly talent that every man is not going to be fortunate to be blessed with. And even though you know that in your own mind and heart, you do it anyway. This is why you'll never be a great trainer. Never, ever, 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 until you adopt the simple nuances of boxing and training that you neglected all the years of your career because you had talent to do so. That's real talk, because it's just like Ali being able to dance on his toes for 15 rounds when he was in his early prime before they took his boxing license away from him. I never saw a man that big be able to move with that type of agility, footwork, smoothness that he moved with. And when they took those 3 years from his career, he was never the same. But he still did a little of it when he resumed his career in the 70s. But he was nothing like the man that you saw that beat up on Cleveland Williams and who beat up on Ernie Terrell and all of those guys, Sonny Liston. He was able to do some things that were just magical. But if he were going to try to train someone, he couldn't train somebody. Dance, move on your toe. You can't do that. And Roy defied a lot of the laws of boxing early on in his career, and he's still defying them now as a trainer. And you can't skip the steps as a trainer. You can't. And see, when a fighter is out there, if you teach him the basics, if you give him a platform for the basic techniques of boxing, how to move, how to advance, how to retreat, how to move side to side, keeping his hands up, keeping that thing about carrying your left or your front shot forward, carrying it low, because some people are southpaw. Keep that left up. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right? But you got to keep it up. And that forward hand should be that guard should be as high as your shoulder. Your glove should be up near that shoulder. Okay, not close to the shoulder, but that height. Not drop down below your waist. Salute to Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel. Salute to you. I don't know if that's just Nonito, if that's both of you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you stopping in. Stephen Zen is out there saying salute to the chat. Jason says haters will say Fury had better movement than Ali. William says the best trainers and coaches use what their fighters do best and improve on their talents. You can't teach what the fighter doesn't have in them. Any quality coach, mentor, trainer should have a philosophy, an adopted philosophy. And when you have that adopted philosophy, inside should be volumes of layers of instructions breaking down the pugilistic arts for your subjects. You can modify that philosophy to the talent that's before you, but it should be the same across the board for boxing, not the individual, but for boxing. And as William stated, if a guy has exceptional talents in certain areas, then you can cultivate and actually you can customize it toward that individual. You can make them shine within themselves. That's just like when you watch Derrick James's fighters. You can see that they're different types of individuals. They have different personalities. They have different athleticisms and gifts. But there are some basic principles that you can see in each one of them that, even though they're individuals and they're different, they hone and keep those to themselves, like defensive responsibilities. They keep their hands up, they guard their chin, they keep their chins tucked, those type of things. That's just a small example here. Being able to move. Footwork is important. It can be taught. Footwork can be taught. Did any of you see Rocky 3? When Apollo took Rocky to LA, to the gyms that he came up in, and he was in there moving around like a snail, a slug, and he taught him rhythm and introduced him to the ability to be a little more agile. He wasn't trying to teach him to be Apollo, but he was trying to teach him to do something that was different from what he was accustomed to his entire career. And he gave him a new wrinkle, something that he could revert to when he took on a fighter like a Clubber Lang, and even later when he took on Ivan Drago. Those are those principles that I'm talking about. Even though that's a cinematic display of what I'm stating, it still rings true. You're not going to take someone into the lab and turn them into a puncher, regardless what Sugar Hill Stewart says. That's not going to happen. But you can teach a guy how to protect himself. You can better him at keeping his chin safe. You can give him the wrinkle of getting out of the way of something, being able to anticipate what's coming and to be able to turn it away or to evade it or to draw it in so you can execute something to make it stop. Principles. And it's important to understand that. Roy Jones Jr. Salute to Mr. Mont out there in that super chat saying salute. I appreciate your donation to the show and the channel. Thank you so much, Mr. Mont. Salute to Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. I see you out there, brother. King Vonnie, same thing. B-Mac in the building. What's good, B-Mac? Antonio MMA. That's my man there. Dwayne Jones, bless up from ATL. He's out there, he says, in real life, Drago would have come to the States and some monkey would have sold him the sauce. Y'all must have forgot is in the building. What's good with you? Jose Diaz. Salute to the chat and salute to both of you. Yeah. So, what I noticed about what was taking place between Smith and Eubank here early on. Eubank won the first round very easy. Snap popping the jab and everything. But by round 2, I noticed something that existed there, that he did not have pop on the punches. That's why I changed from saying popping the jab to pumping the jab. He was pumping that jab, but he had no meat on it, and he had nothing to follow it up with that would make Smith wary of coming in. But he was never noted as a puncher, which is why the Roy Jones style was not going to be good for him. Because you can get away with that stuff that Roy did if you've got punching power, if you've got something to make someone respect. Let's just use, for instance, and I'm not trying to put him over anyone, but he has that type of talent. Jaron Boots Ennis. He can fight like Roy fought because he can catch you with something that you don't see. He has the speed to pull that off, and enough of a snap on his shots at the end that could make someone hesitant and think twice. That's why Kuku Khan didn't want to run on in there with him earlier in the fight and decided to try to stand and fight a little more in the 12th and final round of their fight. And he stated the guy hit hard. He said he didn't want to take any risks. So he made certain that he didn't give Jaron the type of opportunities to take him out earlier in the fight. So, Karen, hats off to you for having ring IQ and boxing smarts. CB3, I appreciate your humor, but let's not mistake how good and great Roy really was at his best. You say when it works, it worked a long time until Father Time tapped him on the shoulder and said, let's go, son. And that will happen to anyone as long as you stay in the game. Father Time is undefeated. You can ask any of the greats. Yes. Absolutely. See, I'll be critical of Roy as a coach and trainer, as I have for many of the coaches and trainers, because he is not amplifying the best of what guys have. He's trying to get them to do things like he did them. That would be like Michael Jordan trying to coach a basketball team and trying to tell LeBron, you got to take the winning shot. It ain't going to work because LeBron don't have the same temperament as Michael. He doesn't have the same talent as Michael. And he doesn't have the same mindset of having his foot on the opponent's throat when he's at an advantage. Those are elements that can't be taught. It has to be there, and you can bring more out of them. Kobe Bryant had that. That's why he was so much like Michael. Kobe Bryant, and it's a shame, and RIP to the great basketball legend Kobe became, and as the man, he was so much like Michael, it was scary. But he was still Kobe. He was still himself. For a while, he emulated Michael a lot. But then he realized when he came into his own as a man, he realized, hell, I'm good as Michael too. I can do. And that's when he really took off on his own. Anything else kind of pales in comparison. Yeah. It makes a difference, people. It really does. So when we saw Eubank moving like Roy, throwing punches like Roy, we realized something. And so did Liam. And Liam told them this in this face-off. I played that last night. He said, you're not Roy. You're not Roy. He got stopped like Roy though, didn't he? But Roy didn't get hit like that until he got slow enough for people to catch up to him. And all it takes is a gear or so, because the punches that used to miss by an inch are now landing flush. Yeah. Salute to Mr. Mont out there in that super chat with the donation for the channel and the show. He says, it didn't seem like a big shot that hurt Eubank. On top of that, Eubank normally has a steady chin. There's a possibility that Eubank may have been overtrained. There is. And I'm not trying to take away from Liam Smith's performance. Liam Smith won hands down. But this fight is awfully near I think that was what, an October date that he was supposed to face Conor Benn. Maybe he didn't take enough time off. Because sometimes you just need to settle yourself. You know? And he wasn't able to do that. If he went in a couple weeks off and went back into a camp, I don't know. Only Roy would know about that, and his handlers, the people around him. But I'll tell you something. Conditioning and having a chin had absolutely nothing to do with that lump that Smith put on the side of his eye. That was from a punch. Interesting. And that sucker rose by the second. You could actually see when he got knocked down and he got up and he was wobbling there and the ref was counting, I could see the thing rising on his face. I was like, look at that. It's like almost like in a movie or something. When they have the camera on somebody's face and it's changing as you're looking at it. Well, Mahari Nation Sports Podcast, salute to you. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. I see Rojai is in the building. Hamza S is in the building. Shower Allah is in the building. What's good, Shower? Shalom. I Served 88 says he got up too fast. Yeah, that's another thing. And I'll say something about that and go into what Mahari Nation was asking about. Fighters that go to the canvas, especially if it's for the first time, a lot of them just bounce up like, I'm okay, I'm good. But you really need to check your dashboard before you get up. Because sometimes fighters get hit with something they don't see and they go down and they're not good. So they have to let things come good. Do I feel my feet? Do I feel my hands? Am I dizzy? Now I know you only have a 10 count, but you're supposed to look to your corner, because your corner man is supposed to count with the outside of the ring timekeeper. And they're supposed to tell you when to get up. But he got clipped with a certain shot. I think it was an uppercut that really did a number on him. Those uppercuts can be devastating, man, especially when you don't see them. When Antonio Tarver hit Roy Jones with that left on the chin and Roy went down, he fell flat, but he tried to get up, and he tried to get up quickly. But when he got up, he was unsteady on his feet and fell into the ropes, and the ref stopped it. Similar to like when Michael Nunn went down from the left hook from James Toney. He was flat on his back and found himself trying to rise his head up off the canvas. He got up quickly. The ref asked, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah." When James Toney rushed into him and threw a couple more shots, he went into the ropes and he was done. Clarissa Shields, when she went down, she got dropped. It's in one of my intros too. And for those who might say something about that, I didn't put that in there because, oh, she got dropped. I put it in there because of how she handled getting dropped. When she went down flat on her butt, she took a moment, took a breath, slowly got up, composed herself, responded to the referee in kind, and resumed the fight, and went on to win that fight unanimously. Guys could benefit from learning these in the gym. We used to do this crazy little drill. You know how you can turn around and spin yourself until you get a little dizzy, and you have guys do that and sit on the floor and start counting and have them get up and stand up and watch how they try. It was a crazy little drill that we would do. But the benefit of it was getting your bearings. It is so important to gain your bearings in a boxing match. That's right, Rojai. Costa Zoo and Zab Judah. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. Costa got up very fast. Not Costa. Zab got up very fast from Costa's punch. Too fast that he even went down a second time. Composing yourself is very important. It's just like getting hit with a solid shot and it hurts you, but there's no physical evidence that it hurt you. So you have to put on the show that you're good. One of the things you don't want to do is smile at the other guy. You got me with that one, bro. Don't throw no more of those, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep the same poker face. Don't smile at him. Don't grin at him. Don't tap your chin like, yeah, hit me again. He ain't supposed to have a single thought that he hurt you. Keep it that way. Now, let me hit this super chat. We have super chat from Drew Titan, LLC out there, my brother. He says, 2023 isn't wasting any time, Sensei. You better believe it, man. You better believe it. And thank you for the super chat, Drew. And this is why I talked about this fight all night on my my Friday night chop session, because again, some people, they didn't want to tune in. Oh, it's just Chris Eubank Jr. Oh, it's Liam Smith, another Liam. But it's boxing. And guess what? We got the theater of the unexpected. The consensus was Eubank was a favorite. He was. I thought he was a favorite. But funny things happen along the way when a guy throws a punch and your chin gets in the way of it, huh? Funny things. You be doing the electric slide and the boogaloo and everything like you saw Eubank doing in there this evening. And I'm not making fun of him. I'm talking about this is what happens. You get hit on the chin and it's like, whoa. But he had no business being caught in the triangle. No business. Eubank's fight was in the center of the ring. What the hell was he doing near the ropes? Now, I'm going to tell you something about his trainer and coach, Roy Jones Jr. He did a lot of that in his career, even when he was younger. But guys just couldn't catch up to him. But when he started getting knocked out as an older, aging fighter, look at every place in the ring he was positioned when he got knocked out. That's a little research homework for all of you. Look at where Roy Jones was in the ring in each of his knockouts when he was stopped. And come back and see me. A lot like what you saw this evening with Mr. Eubank Jr. Center of the ring for a boxer. Your options are varied. Left, right, front, back. If you're caught in the triangle, you can't go back. And if a fighter knows how to cut the ring off, you can't go left and you can't go right. And you're trapped to go forward. But what you can do, and this is a little boxing 101 for all of you out there, and my man Nonito, because you were out there in the triangle in your second fight against Inoue. There is a shot that you can throw. Whether your punch is a left hook like Nonito or a right hand like a Deontay, or if you happen to have a pretty darn good uppercut like the Charlos. When you're in the triangle, your hands are supposed to be up, ready to catch whatever's coming in, block whatever's coming in. And that best shot of yours is supposed to be timed, thrown, and your entire momentum behind that shot is supposed to carry you over to the other side of your opponent, where now he's turned around and he is in the triangle, and you now have a full 20 feet to 16 to 20 feet of space behind you when you get up out of that triangle. I call it the triangle. The corner where the ring post is. Get the hell out of there. Nothing good happens when you're in there. If you're the man with the back toward the ring post. There have been a lot of people who have met fate in that spot. It's like driving down a dead end, full speed, then realizing halfway down the block it's a dead end. We have some more people. Dank Father, what's good with you? Squirrely, General Squirrels is out there. What's good with you, man? Lone Star Steph in the building. Sid UK says, he did get up too fast the second time around, but I just realized that the first knockdown Smith didn't go to a neutral corner and stood close to the ref as he counted. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. Smith was right there. But you see how they do things? You see? Now, if Smith had gone down, I guarantee you that ref would have turned to Eubank Jr., who would have been doing the same thing, right? And directed him and steered him to the neutral corner and resumed the count where he stopped. You can put that in the bank. We've seen it on a regular basis. But I'm not trying to go there. I'm not even trying to take the show or my thought in that direction, because we cover this every week. But I'm glad someone like Sid UK can speak on it. Huh? Bias. Bigoted, prejudiced. Haven't you heard me speak of that before? Anyway, back to Mahari Nation Sports Podcast, asking about weight drain. It's highly probable that he had too long of a camp without a break, since the Ben fight fell through, and there has to be a question about strength. Yeah, you have to replenish yourself. When they delayed the fight due to the Queen's passing between Savannah and Clarissa and all the ladies that were on that card, Clarissa says she took like a full week off, and when they got the next fight date, she could have took a couple of weeks, but she knew where she was in her conditioning and training, so she didn't want to break up that flow too much. But she did take some time. Now, from October to January, that's a very long time. So Eubank probably stayed in the gym too much, maybe. Or maybe he wasn't doing the things he really should have been doing. Because remember, the KFC thing, eating chicken at the press conference and saying he was wearing the KFC jacket and everything. What if he was doing things that he shouldn't be doing? Then, that's on him, right? It's on him. I don't know. And I'm not asking. I don't really care. I cared about watching the fight tonight. But if you are not going to get in the gym and take care of your business so that you can be ready to go when the lights are on, that's on you. And also understand this. If you're going to talk like you talked, Eubank Jr., Blair Cobbs, Rolly Romero, you need to be able to back it up when you get in the ring. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go out and win each and every time, but that means that don't let your mouth overload your behind when you get in there and you don't have as much weight in your behind as you blew out your mouth. Yes. Mahari Nation says, just like how Glenn Johnson got the stunning KO against Roy Jones. I said go back and look at each fight where Roy was stopped and look at where he was in the gym, in the ring. Just look at his, geographically, where was he? When Deontay knocked out Robert Helenius, Deontay was in the triangle. A perfect example of when a fighter who's in pursuit better be more careful than the subject he's pursuing when he's as dangerous a puncher as Deontay Wilder. That's why Helenius got knocked out, because Deontay executed exactly what I spoke about. He did exactly what I talked about. Look at your screens, people. Look at Deontay's proximity. And the interesting thing was Deontay threw a short, quick right hand where Helenius was throwing a right hook. Had Helenius thrown a straight right instead of hooking it, maybe they hit each other. But because his punch was looping and Deontay's was straight from the shoulder, it just missed Deontay's chin. But see, Helenius don't have the power that D has. But what did I say earlier before I showed you this clip? If you're a right-hand puncher like Deontay, if you're a left hook puncher like Nonito, when you get caught in the triangle, there is a shot that you can throw on your aggressor to get you up out of there. The objective is to throw it so you can get out of there. And get out of there. Only thing about this clip is when D threw his shot, Helenius was out of there. No doubt. But I talk about this. Now, I'm going to tell you something different. Floyd Mayweather Jr. would never let you catch him in a triangle. Even when he was going back near the ropes, Floyd would check hook your ass and get on up out of there, back toward the center of the ring with all the real estate behind him and you in the ropes. Now, he did catch Ricky Hatton just like Deontay caught Helenius here. He caught Ricky Hatton with the check hook coming in on him in the triangle. But again, that was according to what I'm talking about. The objective is to throw that shot so you can get up out of there. Go home. Yeah. Ring IQ. Now I'm going to tell you, as simple as this. It was already said, even by Liam Smith, Eubank can't box. He's not a boxer. He punches, but he's not a puncher. So Smith knew all I got to do is get close to him. Crowd him. So if that was Smith's only chance, what in the hell was Eubank doing near the ropes? Some of you rocket scientists and theorem agents out there can answer that one for me. What the hell was he doing near the ropes? Trying to see if I can get something to load up for you guys here. Let's see. Sometimes this works for me, sometimes it don't. So just bear with me for a moment, chat. I like to be able to share, improve what I say. See here. There's only one way for me to do this, so I'm gonna do it like this and pull it out for you. You guys gotta excuse the video quality on this because I'm blowing it up. But look at this. What did I say about the triangle? See where Mayweather is? Boom. You see how he timed Ricky Hatton, caught him coming in? And forgive the video quality, like I said, but check this out. See where he is? Boom. Caught him coming in. This is ring IQ, people. Mayweather knows where he is at all times. Boom. This is what I'm talking about. If you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, it's right there in front of your face. Yeah. And like I said, I only wish the video quality was better because for what I was trying to share with you, You have to understand. This was Floyd doing his thing. And I know my man Nonito is not out there right now. And if he was, he must have left or something. But the whole idea, this is what you should have been planning for Monster. That's what he should have been looking to run into. If I could get that better, I would. I'm going to see if I can. Because you know me, I come down to that kind of stuff. I'm kind of like a perfectionist. See if I can. Yeah, this might be a little bit better, people. So I'm gonna zoom this in for you. Because the whole idea is just to understand Let's see here. Yeah, I think I can get this a little better for you guys. Check this out now. Look at Stormy editing on the air. There we go. See that? You caught Ricky coming in. I'll even slow it down a little bit for you guys. Boom. Detroit, BC, what's good with you? I see you out there. King Vonnie, Deontay's always gonna be dangerous. What do you mean he's finna be dangerous? He's always been dangerous. That movement, he was always capable of that as well. It's just that Malik has reminded him. Shah was asking, are these two anything like Tank and Deontay KOs? What two are you saying, Shawa? See, the important thing to know is that when you catch a guy in the triangle, you have to be as prepared for him as he is for you. The one who usually gets caught clean or flush or anything like that is typically the guy that's least prepared. Floyd was a master boxer. He knew these things. Ricky Hatton was just, oh, I'm going to get him. Let me get close to him. And walk right in there like he slipped on the banana peel and then something hit him on his chin. Johnny Q, he walked in like that because that's how he fights. And Floyd is a master boxer. He knew he was going to catch him sooner or later. It's about timing. And that was a perfectly timed shot. Perfectly. Just like Deontay catching Robert Helenius coming in. That's what that was all about. That's what that's all about. And I like to share tidbits like that because it substantiates my philosophies and what I speak to you guys. You know what I mean? This is not just somebody sitting up here talking with a mic like so many of us do. I can put it together, man. I told you. Shawa says, I was specifically asking, was the Tank KO similar to Floyd and Deontay's, even though it wasn't in the triangle? No, if it wasn't in the triangle, then there's no way for it to be similar. No, absolutely not. Tank KOs people sometimes simply because he has hands. You know what I mean? Deadly hands. Lethal with the left or the right. When I saw him hit, what's that kid's name that he fought before Rolly, the big guy that's welterweight now, Barrios. When I saw him hit Barrios upside the head and Barrios went down, I'm like, that boy can punch. That's kind of like a Mike Tyson pop upside the head, because Keith Thurman, who's a bigger man, could not do anything like that to Barrios. Couldn't do anything like that in a full fight. Once Tank nailed that guy, the fight was over. First of all, you have to understand that Barrios getting hit by Tank like that had to obviously be shocked. He was like, wait a minute, what the hell? This guy can punch like that? Now I got to protect my, oh, I'm getting hit. Oh, I'm getting hit again. Next thing you know, the fight is over. Yep. Because it really surprises people. It surprises the other fighter when they get caught like that. And sometimes they're like, I didn't even do anything wrong. He just hit me upside the head and I went. Just like Hector Garcia got hit upside the head and he said he couldn't see. He ain't never been hit like that. And when you got guys who can punch like that, man, they are always in a fight. Well, yeah, Shower. Now that knockout, yes, because he caught Rolly coming in, and see, that lets you know that Tank know how to fight. He's more than just a punching guy in there. That was ring IQ because he set the man up as he's going back into the ropes, and it was near the triangle, but it was still back against the ropes. And Rolly went to go for it, and Tank threw the perfect counter, that left hook right on the chin. It was more similar to Floyd's knockdown that you saw there of Hatton, because he caught him coming in, boom, popped him with the perfect shot. See, if you never throw the shot, you don't get the desired result, because the guy on the receiving end of the shot is typically amazed that he got caught, because he was single-mindedly thinking, I'm coming to get you. Never thinking like, I better be careful. Huh? Right, Shower, yeah. In that sense, yes. But I was thinking, I didn't know exactly which Tank knockout you were talking about, because he's knocked guys out in the center of the ring as well. But being near the ropes, guys like that are dangerous. Now take, for example, when Tank knocked out Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz was in the triangle, and Tank threw that uppercut, but he threw a couple of other shots similar, like to, I don't call them throwaway punches, but they were the type of shots to make him think something. And then he came under with the uppercut and knocked him smooth out in the triangle. I'm telling you guys, the triangle is a dangerous place, man. It's dangerous. And tonight, Mr. Eubank was all up in the triangle, man. He was drowning in there. He didn't have a compass. He didn't have any life jackets or rudders. He was done. But someone who has high ring IQ doesn't get caught like that. Not at all. Tank knocked that dude out. Lone Star Steph, he knocked him out right in front of his dad and everything. I know they all thought the dude was dead, because when he hit the canvas, he was snoring. Just like when Manny hit the canvas. Tank could knock out Manny because he has great anticipation. He'd wait for Manny to do that little jump in move that he does, that it took Marquez 4 fights to get him. Tank could get him in the first time they meet. Because Tank he's an interesting fighter. He surveys his opponents. This is one of the reasons why, and let me say this, because I've heard a lot of people talk about fighters losing rounds before the fight ends. It's a boxing match. It's scheduled for 10 or 12 rounds or less. So if a guy is winning rounds, but the fight ain't over yet, he's not winning the fight. The fight is still commencing. When a one-punch knockout happens, or a guy gets caught and hurt so bad that he gets shook up that the ref got to stop it, or it stops at the end of the round because the guy can't come back out for the next round, he was not winning the fight. He lost the fight. That's hard to accept when the fighter that you want to win is on the losing end. It's hard to accept that. But that's why you got to make it to the final bell so you can get the victory. Or stop the other guy inside the rounds. And since Big Shot Shaw last week couldn't do that, Efe Ajagba got the victory. Yeah, big homie Coop, they thought he was dead, man. They was crying and everything. Rojai says Leo could have continued. Rojai, shut up. Where would he have continued from? Heaven? With a harp? Get the hell out of here. Salute to Squirrely out there in that super chat, man. He says, Stormy, how long you give Ryan Garcia to live with Tank? I give him about as long as it take Tank to touch him good, huh? And that can be anywhere. It could be from the first round, or they can go a few. But as soon as he touch him good, listen, Ryan went down from Luke Campbell Soup, and that's shout out to my brother Kurt Sugar, R.I.P. to Kurt. He used to call Luke Campbell Soup. So if Luke Campbell Soup can put Ryan on his fanny, huh? Then you must know that Tank is gonna put him on his fanny in the upper room. You gotta say, that's right, Jose Diaz. No compass, no GPS. He over there, a man out of his own. You know what I'm saying? He was patting his pockets and everything for his keys, and Liam was like, bing, bing, bing. Yes, sir. Lone Star Steph says the triangle. Salute at Stormy B, man. You the sensei with the briefcase that all of us students keep wondering, what's in there, Storms? Today's lessons is what's in there. That's right. 1000%, bro. He says, y'all hit the like. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Listen, Rojai, let me tell you something. You say the Mexican heart. Viva Mexico. Cabrons. Listen, the Mexican heart would have been on a heart monitoring system. You understand? Beep, 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 beep. Doctor, what can we do? It's touch and go for the next 48 hours. You better learn something, man. I'm here to tell you, and you ain't listening. Yeah, la 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 la. What the hell, Stormy saying? La 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 la. Viva Mexico. Hey, it's been some Mexicans beep, 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 in the ER. Okay, just know. Hey, I've watched enough boxing to know. Huh? See, UK says Leo was just saying a quick prayer. So he was saying a quick prayer. Okay. William is laughing. King Vonnie says 6 to 8 rounds. It might not take that long, King Vonnie. Remember, Tank has IQ. He's smart in there, bro. Ryan is the one who's all, you know, all of that. Tank gonna be like, okay, fat. Good night, Ryan. Squirrely out there. Salute Kurt Sugar. Yes, sir. J. Wayne Citizen says, Heart got nothing to do with it if Tank turns off the computer. You better believe it, bro. William says, the way Ryan keeps his head up and drops his hand when he throws his hook, it's only a matter of time before Tank decapitates him. You better believe it, man. I'm telling you. All them Ryan fans and everything, people gonna be like, you know, like, say I got this bottle in my hand, right? This plastic bottle. When they see Ryan get hit by Tank after doing all that stuff and dropping his hands, they're gonna be in the audience like this. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm telling you the truth, man. Y'all better start listening to me, man. I'm telling you. You know, it'll save some people some money, and it'll save a lot of people some cash. You know, I say money and cash because for some of y'all, it's two different things. I know what I'm saying. Anyway, Shower says 100. I don't want to see Tank versus Ryan, but I do want Tank to KO his raggedy behind. Lone Star Steph says, my aunt is like, you on the YouTube laughing with your boxing friends? Me. Yep. Johnny Q is rolling laughing too. Alfred is out there. He says, salute. I just watched that Eubank Smith fight, Sensei. What in the hell did Roy Jones teach Eubank? He looked dumb in there. He looked like he didn't know what defense is. Hey, man. We kind of cooked on that earlier, Alfred. We cooked on it earlier. Man. Yeah, I know that Rojai, it postponed again. Somebody don't want that fight to happen. I'm gonna tell you something. Catterall beat him handily that first time. They're probably just trying to make it where they just go into different fights. The two guys don't face each other again. I think that Catterall has his number, and he should have had that victory. Those judges robbed him. Brown on Boxing says, that's Roy Jones' style of boxing, gets your head knocked off. Hey. Yep. The thing about Brown on Boxing, the thing about Taylor just moving up, he's moving up into a lion's den of hungry lions. So I understand what he's doing. He's trying to stave it off because there's some good fighters at welterweight And he ain't ready for him. If he thought Catterall gave him problems, man, he got all kinds of problems at 147, bro. All kinds of problems. I don't care about Colbert, Rojai. If he got knocked out in the next 3 or 4 fights that he fights, I'll be happy for that. Sucker. Lone Star Steph. You can disagree. That's fine. I don't mind you disagreeing. But in that fight, he found himself running into shots all night long from Catterall, who even put him down on the canvas for the first time in his career. With all of that said and done, including winning the 12th and final round, Mr. Catterall, how do you not give him his decision? They were trying to market Taylor so he could go up to 147 with those unified positions and then challenge someone like Earl or Bud or something like that for a big fight. It didn't work. People saw that fight. They were unhappy with the decision. And he even said that he wouldn't fight Catterall again at the weight. Let's fight at a catch weight so I could prove I beat you. No, sucker, put the belts back on the line. And they were Catterall's belts anyway, because I felt he won that fight. And he has since given up belts. One of the belts that Prograis just fought for was one of the belts that he gave up. Come on, man. He did not win that fight, bro. He did not right the ship. He ran into those shots on Catterall all night long. Catterall had him running into shots. And he made no adjustments. Go back and look at my post fight on that. You could punch in post fight Catterall, Taylor versus Catterall. I talked about that. He made 0 adjustments after I had given him some praise and added him at that time to my Thunderous top 10. And he came out and laid an egg of a performance on that night because Jack Catterall took him to school. Shauna's out there. What's good with you, Shauna? How you doing? Johnny Q says Rosa is wild. Yeah, he is, ain't he? He got a special view, huh? I think he wear bifocals or something and he likes to sit up and watch the show without them, so he can have a reason. I don't see it that way, Stormy. I don't see it that. Well, put your bifocals back on, huh? Yeah, man. Lone Star Steph says that Stormy Jack was doing work and winning rounds, working off his jab, but he didn't let his hands go as much as I wanted him to since I'm familiar with him. But he did enough to win, brother. That's the thing. He did enough to win. The doggone corrupt officials didn't give him his victory, but he even put Josh on his ass for the first time in his career. Typically, when fighters fight a fight like that and they have so much momentum going their way, they get the payoff, which is the judge's final decisions, and they didn't do that. And if you looked at just Josh Taylor after the fight, he looked like he had stepped out in the alley and got mugged. You ever seen somebody, something bad happen to them, and they try to come back around you, but they trying to act like they good? They be looking like, you ask them, hey man, what's up, man? What, you okay? Yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. They don't want to say, man, I just got my ass whooped in the alley. Huh? They don't want to say that, but that's what happened. Huh? Then somebody got a security camera. Oh, hey, check this out. This is Tyrone in the alley, man. Check. Oh. Tyrone, why ain't you call for some help, bro? Yep. Rojai, let me tell you something about that. When that happens, we'll all be in a fiery place, huh? Asking for ice water, huh? Yeah. Shit. Shower says, I ain't going with y'all. I heard that, Shower. I heard that. That's the thing to say too, right? She said, I ain't going with y'all. Y'all can go into that fiery place all you want to. She gonna be sprinkling cold ice water down like this. Hey, y'all. Y'all have no idea, man. That's true. He did take a lot out of him, man. Now imagine if Regis had boxed him like he boxed Zepeda. See, with Zepeda, he came back on in the later rounds. Against Josh Taylor, he kind of coasted in the later rounds. And I think that was the difference, because he needed to do a little more because of where he was. He was outside the country. Salute to Jermaine Bean out there in that super chat. He says, why Conor Ben acting like he KO'd Eubank? Shaking my head. Is he acting like that? They done interviewed him and whatever. Now he done had something to say. Doggone shame. Hey man, why is the stream hanging on to 98 likes? Y'all can't give Stormy 2 more likes to get 100? That is selfish, bro. That is real. I'm not giving him another like. I don't want him to get 100 likes. Give me 100 damn likes, man. Stop messing around. Hit the damn like button, will you? Huh? I know I ain't giving out no free chicken wings over here or something, but some of y'all could just be cool and hit the damn like button, man. Huh? I had 700 and something views in this show tonight. Signature Sounds, what's good with you, man? Joe the Beast in the building, what's good with you as well? Alfred says, smash the like button like Beefy smashed Eubanks. Yeah, Eubank gonna be a little quiet now, man. He gonna be a little quiet. He took a hell of a slap to the eye too, didn't he? Damn. That eye was swollen. It looked like a damn, like he had a rock up under his skin or something. Salute to Shower out there in that Cash App. I appreciate you, Queen. She says, for always a good cook. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Thrill Hill, I see you out there. Yeah, it's going up now, but when I was asking, it was sitting on 98 for a while. It's just like sitting there like waiting on the bus or something, man. No, he didn't. You know what, Signature Sounds? He didn't disappear fast, but it was nothing he could really say, right? His fighter took a whipping, took a hiding. So he just, remained low key. No, learn, it's not a fracture, man. That's just, he got one of those hematomas that it could pop up around the eye ducts right there, because that's where you blow air and everything, your sinus ducts. And it came up, it was right up under the eye, right on top of the cheekbone. That's kind of one of the worst ones to get, because you can rub it out with an ant swell, but it happened in the same round that the fight was stopped. That's why you saw it so big on his face when they were taking their gloves off and stuff, because it kept swelling up. Now, what a corner man was supposed to do was, while they was taking his gloves off, somebody was supposed to put that ant swell on his face to subside that swelling. But see, all that kind of stuff, inexperience, they didn't expect that. They didn't know that was going to happen to them. Shower says, if I could, Stormy, I'd pay you just to laugh every live. y'all be tripping on my laugh, man. What did you guys think of the undercard on here, though? See, I can talk a little longer than I normally would because it's, it's earlier in the evening, and thank goodness for that. But what did you guys think of the undercard? I thought the undercard was kind of weak. And Joseph Parker showed up tonight. Well, did he really show up? I don't think he did, but it was some dude that looked like Joseph Parker in there tonight, taking on a former cruiserweight, going the distance with him. Huh? And I'm going to tell you something. That cruiserweight, when he did decide to throw his right hands, they were landing flush on Parker's face, man. Jack Messy. Yeah. Not good. Jack didn't look good. Joseph didn't look good. Signature Sounds is saying, I missed your initial take, Stormy. Did you think that Chris kept his hands too low? Absolutely. Absolutely. And he got caught in the triangle. Now, you can go back and watch what the triangle is. I gave a great breakdown of that, Signature Sounds, and I'm sorry I won't revisit that, but you can rewind the show or go back and watch it from the top to when I get to that. But, yeah, hands low, getting caught in the triangle, not having enough pop on his punches, and possibly being a little bit overtrained. But he talked up a good game. He just didn't bring his ass to the fight. Yeah, Alfred, the card was a little boring. And that kid that they had at cruiserweight, that Richard Porte, the dark brother, he was stiff, like a shrunken down Frank Bruno. He just, muscular dude, but stiff as a board. Where they get all these stiff dudes from in the UK, man? I don't know. Fluidity is not a part of what happens over there. It just, what is that? Frankenstein monster style. It's like, I'm gonna get you. It's like, man. Big homie Coop says Parker should have fought Wilder when he had the chance. Look at him now on a Eubank Smith undercard. Yeah, and he's been cannon fodder for Tyson Fury in the gym, a lot like, Mr. Big Shot Shaw, taking them down sparring jobs, and not improving himself. So now he's a Tyson Fury sparring partner as far as I'm concerned. And Joe Joyce gave him exactly what he had coming to him. Yeah, Joe the Beast, that's probably what they're doing. You know what? The emphasis on there is looking good, huh? I'm cut, I'm ripped. Look at me, I'm a warrior. No, you ain't. You're just a muscle-bound dude. The old trainers used to tell you, leave them damn weights alone. Let's get in the gym and work on some skills, huh? Chase this chicken, huh? Not choke the chicken, chase it. Fucking idiots out there. Yeah, but Parker couldn't even bring any stardust to the undercard, man. If he had got a spectacular knockout in 1 or 2 rounds, people would be like, yeah, Parker's back. You know, he went the distance with that dude, and people were like, "Oh shit, why is he back?" Shit. Rojai says muscular for nothing. You can tell it's not even the natural physique too, like a Mike Weaver or Norton. They want to be AJ. Yeah, these guys, they go in the gyms and they be like, hey man, if you take these supplements, it's gonna work on your, you could get your pecs real nice, and this muscle right here, it'll bulge out more. Man, listen, man. Forget all of that foolishness and get in the gym and learn some things. Yeah, big homie Coop. Frankenstein style, huh? Just stiff. Like they just got, you remember when Frankenstein first got up and started walking around, he was like, that's these guys, huh? And then they be like 12-0 against nobodies, huh? Dudes who work in bars and salons and, drive, taxis over there in the UK and stuff. Guys on the street smoking cigarettes. Hey, how much you weigh? I'm weigh about 197 pounds. Okay, come with us. Put these trunks on. Shower says, I'm not feeling so bad about canceling Dazn listening to you all talk. No, it's not that, Shower. It's like, I watch Dazn because I want to watch boxing. Seriously. And I spoke about this last night. I talked about these two guys, Eubank and Smith, on my whole 2-hour show last night. I played clips from their face-off. I gave my thoughts about breaking it down. I laughed about the things they were saying to each other, the back and forth banter. And it's boxing. And it's better than talking about the same old stuff that a lot of people out here are talking about all the time. I dropped a Devin Haney video for you guys today. I hope people watched it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point was it's boxing. And I want to see boxing. So I'm not canceling my Dazn because I know I can go back and watch fights. William says, I have to run to the store, Stormy, before they close. Great after show again. Peace. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, William. Always a great supporter. Big homie Coop says, everyone want to look the part instead of playing the part. Johnny Q is asking, was Hagler lifting weights? Hagler's physique was muscular. Hagler's physique was cut. He was not lifting weights. That came from conditioning, getting himself in shape. Huh? That was his genetics. Flatboy Plays in the house. What's good with you? Joe the Beast says, full of those GNC products. Last I checked, you can't buy skills, technique, or art. Yeah, you're not going to find those on the shelf either, Joe the Beast. You're never going to find it there. You ain't going to find it in their gyms either. Rojai says they need to send a crop of Mexican fighters over there to beat up everyone. Listen, man, they've already been doing it in live action bouts. Just ask Josh Warrington. Yeah, they've already been doing that. And that welterweight bout between Chris Congo and that guy Iko Esuman, that was a technical bout, but neither guy seemed to have enough power to hurt the other guy enough to put him in trouble, just to keep them, they kept each other honest. It was really weird, but you know, I watched it. I fell asleep on some of the undercard, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was dozing, you know. Yeah, I got you, Lone Star Steph. But you can see where guys are missing out on the opportunities to be better. That's one of the things. And as long as we watch boxing completely, you can see the loopholes. You can actually see where certain fighters are trailing off and other fighters are stagnant, and then still other fighters who could be better or go further. They're not making those moves. I would have loved to see Eubank get in the ring with one of the Charlos, whether it was Mel or Maul. You know, those fights didn't happen. But look at how we talk about all the fights that don't happen that should happen. Man, there's too many of that. It's too much of that. There's not enough of boxing today to make us look with nostalgia and be like, man, that was a hell of a, you know, era or reign or series of bouts, you know, rematches or something. It's like, it's really lacking. The fight is replaying on my monitor now. The show had went off, now it's back on. Salute to Platboy Plays out there in that super chat. That $5 holler, he says, just cause. Hey man, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Alfred says Eubank would have gotten whooped by the Charlos, but I would have loved to see that instead of he's getting his booty snatched by a guy named Beefy. Hey man, you don't get in there with quality that you don't improve. You gotta sharpen your tools with sharp fighters. You know, that's what's up. Yeah, Signature Sounds. I did a video on that, man. I did a video on them talking about Devin being bigger than Bud and that he needs to vacate 135 and move on up to 147. Can you believe that? Go check my video out on that, man. I did that video today. I was going to leave it for Monday. I said, no, I'm going to drop it today and let these guys see what they're trying to say. They're already trying to build in an excuse for Vasily Lomachenko. If he can make the weight, he can make the weight. It doesn't matter what he's weighing right now, being in the gym with Bud. You don't hear them talking about Canelo. You don't hear them talking about Triple G. You don't hear them talking about any of those other fighters who they try to promote. Teofimo, any of them. Navarrete, look how big he is for the weight where he's fighting at. Down there featherweight, and he's bigger than everybody. But didn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. See? More of the foolishness, bro. That's why I did that video. I'm like, man, they're gonna try to make any kind of excuse that they can right now to make it seem like, oh, Devin is just a horrible person. Any excuse they can. Hey, y'all, check this out. I did a video on Joseph Parker yesterday, right? Because he was fighting on the card tonight. I had a dude leave a comment on my video on Joseph Parker, and he didn't state anything about he didn't like the video or whatever. You know what he said in my comment section, which I've since removed it, right? He says, and this is strictly what he says only. He says, why do you have that homosexual music playing in the background? Yeah. That's what he said. Now, anybody that watches any of my content know that I have eclectic selections for both visuals and sounds and music and whatnot. My production is a little bit different. It's my own. But why would you make a comment like that? So I went to his channel, and it's a person that had 800 subscribers, right? But I didn't see boxing content. So of course, you know, he got the Mutombo special. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know, 78, Drew Titan, these brothers been saying it. They talk about it all the time. There are guys out here that are weirdos. They're freaking creeps, man. There's nothing about my video that is gender sensitive. So when he said that, I think he was poking around for a raw reaction or something like that. But you know how Stormy handled the business, right? Huh? You guys know, for those of you who tune in to me on the regular, you already know how I deal with stuff like that. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I read that comment. I was like, oh. I'm like, you know what? I just handled it like I handled it, man. But this is what was great about it. This is what I think of those kind of folks. Yeah, man. He said the music was for you know what's. I read that comment, man. I'm just sitting there like, crazy, bro. But they out here. Yep. You know how Stormy handle them, man. That's it. Give them a Chicago Chi-Town special, huh? So go create another account, come back, and we can resume. I don't even know what the clubhouse is there, Theseus GQ, but I'm just saying, because I don't go a lot of places, but at the same time, the foolishness is at an all-time low as far as, you know, brain processing. Crazy. So we have made it through an early evening of boxing, which is good for a change because sometimes they have us up late with this stuff. So it's nice to be able to get out early. Some people can enjoy the rest of their evening. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get on up out of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I might drop a couple more videos. I don't know, if depends on how I feel. Got to get me some food in my system. I had me a hoagie tray today. I'm going to get me some hoagie. But I appreciate everybody that came out. We had almost 800 people in here this evening, which is great for me, my channel, my style, and only 114 likes. So that's crazy that's like that, but should be over 200 likes to be honest with you. But you know, I can't help that. So, but thank you everyone that tuned in this evening. Thanks for all the super chats and cash apps. And just know that I have a true appreciation for all of that as well. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. I got the call-in show tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m., right after Knockout Boxing and KQKC's morning show. And we rolling. We presenting that content for you guys. So peace to everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we up.